Hey everyone. Thanks to all the players around the world that chimed in and shared their perspectives and their experiences and the message from the last video. I think our message was heard loud and clear. There's a lot of players out there that are not happy with the state of the league, are not happy with the state of solo queue, and our experiences being ruined by players just running it down, griefing, and harming the experience for every player out there. And the good news is that Riot actually responded a few hours ago with an update. The TLDR, and I'll post the reply down below, is that they said deliberate game running behavior is something we need to prioritize addressing more. In the near future, we'll improve how report feedback works and introduce reporting in Champion Select. In the moderate term, we'll test more responsive detection of deliberate inting / pseudo AFKing. We're still considering steps after that, but the plan is to keep working on this longer term. We'll keep you updated each month on how internal progress and tests being run in specific regions are going. So the fact that Riot's listening, the fact that they're saying they heard us and they're looking at solutions and they're going to be implementing them in the near future, of course it depends on how exactly these systems are integrated and how effective they are at addressing the actual core problems, right? This is a good step though. The fact that Riot is listening, that they're committed to improving the systems and to making the experience for all players out there better is huge, because for many years it felt like our voice wasn't being heard and nothing was being done. And finally, it feels like enough people have been, fed up, building to this point, come together to ask for change. And Riot is saying, we hear you, and we're going to be looking at what we can do to make things better. And the fact they're committed to being transparent and talking to the community and looking at all solutions and exploring all the feedback is huge. I think that's a great first step, and I think we're heading in the right direction. To go off of that, League is an ecosystem, right? Every player out there, from little Timmy down the street to every pro, every streamer, and Riot themselves, contributes to the culture and the state of the game and the state of solo queue that we have at all times. And I think we can all ask ourselves a little bit, like, now that Riot is saying that they're committed to taking steps to make the system better, to punish people who are ruining games and harming the experience for players everywhere, what can we as players do? What can we as pros, as streamers, as little Timmy do to make League a better place for everybody involved? And that's why I want to propose everyone that's watching this video and that cares about League and wants things to be improved, just reply to this or share it with #SaveLeague if you are committed to being a player that doesn't ruin games, that doesn't grief, that doesn't type an essay when something goes wrong or someone on your team makes you unhappy. If you want to improve the player experience for everybody out there, let's just try to make things better by all taking a stand. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to, never get upset, never get frustrated. You can't ever type anything in chat. It's not about that. It's saying, we're not going to ruin the game. We're not going to grief. We're not going to, go off on somebody because they died once or someone's having a bad game. Everyone out there has had bad games. Everyone out there has had bad days, but we don't need to add to that. We want to help each other out. We want to make the community better. And for so many years, we've allowed a culture of toxicity and games being ruined and people not getting punished to just flourish and thrive and grow to the point where, we're at the critical mass and the community had to take a stand for Riot to do something finally about it. And now Riot's saying, hey, we're going to do something. We want to make things better. So let's look at ourselves. What can we as players and a community do better going forward? And this is not, an overnight thing. It's a gradual process. And, League has gotten to the point it is now over years and years, and it's gonna go to a different state in a year, in 2 years from now. But for once in my life, in many years, I feel hopeful about the future of League. I feel like enough players have had enough, and Riot is finally looking to do something, and I really am hopeful and optimistic about a better future. So if you guys out there listening and watching this want to make the state of League better and want to improve the game and want to make it a fun, awesome experience for everyone out there, then just try to commit to being a better person, a better player, kinder to others on the Rift, and not ruining the experience for everyone else. Again, this doesn't mean you can't type a bad word or something like that. It just means you're trying to be a better player for yourself and your teammates, and you want to hold each other and our community leaders and everyone involved in the ecosystem to a higher standard. And we're going to keep the pressure on Riot. We want these solutions to be implemented. We want them to keep talking to us about what they're doing actively to fix League and fix solo queue. And it's going to be a gradual process, but I truly believe if we all come together as a community, as pros, as streamers, as Riot Games, and just commit to making League of Legends great and wonderful and a fun experience for everyone out there again, it truly can be done. The power of change and changing culture is real, and we can do it. And I truly believe in the good of our community and our player base and every player out there in the world. If you feel the same way, then just reply to this with hashtag Save League and try your best to be a part of the solution instead of being a part of the problem. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this message resonates with some of you, and looking back on this in a few months or a year down the road, we can say, hey, we really made a difference. We really made League better, and we're happy with the direction that the game is finally going again, and we can have fun playing it and have a good time and experience, and for the game that we all know and love so much. So yeah, guys, let's do it. We got this together. Let's make it happen. Thank you.